master calls him an unfaithful servant. And when we're not taking time to share what we know, we're not mentoring, training, teaching, developing, modeling, then we are not being faithful with what God has given us. The next generation should not have to start over. They shouldn't have to relearn what you've already learned. You should be pouring everything you know into your children, into a young person, into that coworker that's under you at the office. Well, you say, Joel, I'm busy. That takes a lot of time. I'm trying to reach my own goals. No, when you help others accomplish their dreams, God will help you accomplish your dreams. He'll multiply your time. He'll multiply your talents. He'll make sure that you rise higher. And I've discovered you never stand taller than when you reach down and help somebody else succeed. When you add value to others, you are adding value to yourself. Don't go to your grave with your talent buried. Find somebody to share it with. After all, none of us got to where we are by ourselves. From the moment we were born, somebody was investing in us. Somebody was sharing their gift. The doctor that delivered you, the nurse that wrapped you up, the mother that loved you, the Sunday school teacher that trained you, the coach that taught you, the neighbor that befriended you, the boss that gave you a good break. None of us got to where we are on our own. Somebody took time to train us. Somebody sacrificed so we could succeed. Now our job is to reach back and help someone else succeed. I think about all the people that have invested in me. My grandfather was very disciplined. He had a very strong work ethic. He taught me by example the importance of being diligent and giving every job my very best. My grandmother, she was so full of joy, I never saw her upset. She constantly had a song of praise coming up out of her heart. And she is a big part of who I am today. She's one of the main reasons why I smile practically all the time. I can still remember my basketball coach in 7th grade. I was the smallest player on the team. One day I was in the hallway at school with all of my friends, and he called me over. He's a big, gruff guy, never showed much emotion. He looked me in the eyes and he said, Joel, it's not the size of the person that matters, it's the size of their heart. And let me tell you, you have a big heart. You're going to do great this year. When he said that, it was like I turned into Michael Jordan. That did more for my confidence, more for my self-esteem than he could ever imagine. What was he doing? Investing in me. If you could see all the people that have made me into who I am today, the line would be 100 yards long. Parents, grandparents, coaches, Sunday school teachers, aunts, uncles, relatives, even my brother Paul. He has taught me by example what not to wear, how not to play sports. Paul's invested in me. Growing up, my mother not only loved and cared for us children, but every day before we left for school, she would say, Father, thank you that my children have your favor wherever they go. I learned to expect God's favor from my mother. You know what I'm doing today? Telling other people to believe for God's favor. I'm not going to take the gift that she gave me and bury it. I'm going to pass it on to my children, my friends, my colleagues, my associates. My father was constantly telling me how great he thought I was and how I could do anything. He took time to mentor me. He was busy, but he gave me his attention. As a little boy, he used to go up to the hospital to visit people that were sick. He would always take me with him. He'd have me join hands with the family when we prayed. As a teenager, I would come down to the church during the summer and sit in meetings with him at the office. Half the time, I didn't know what was going on. But on the way home, he'd always explain, Joel, this is what we were doing. This is the reason we were doing it. He didn't have to. He had a lot going on, but he understood this principle, that he had a responsibility to pass on everything he possibly could. He was constantly pouring into me, training me, teaching me, mentoring me. It's kind of funny. My father knew nothing about mechanics and how things operated. That wasn't one of his strengths. One day our back doorknob, the whole unit messed up. So we went to the hardware store and bought a new one. I was about 12 years old. I was there trying to help him get the new one on. My father worked and worked, and he couldn't get the old one off, and he had the hammer, and he was beating that doorknob. We ended up using kitchen utensils, knives, forks, spatulas. Finally, after about 2 hours, Daddy got that new doorknob, that whole unit on. He was so proud. He said, Joel, I told you, if you just stick with it, you'll get it done. He went to slam it, to shut it, to show me how it worked. And when he did, that doorknob hit the wood frame, it chipped the trim, bounced back open. He had put the whole thing on totally backwards. He was so frustrated. But it's funny, today, even now, I am not mechanically minded whatsoever. A month or two ago, I was in my garage on the ladder trying to fix something. Our little daughter, Alexandra, she's 10 years old now. She came out and looked at me so sternly. She said, Daddy, come down off that ladder. You're going to get hurt up there. But what I appreciated about my father is he did his best to teach me everything he knew, and even sometimes things he didn't know. But I'm constantly telling my children, you're not only getting everything I have, not only everything I know, but you're getting everything Granddaddy imparted into me. Everything Grandmother gave me. They put it in, and I'm going to do my best to pour it into you. Think about how high our children would go if we would all live like this. This is the way it's supposed to be. Every generation should build on the next. My children shouldn't have the same struggles that I've struggled with. They're starting at a higher level. There's more wisdom, more depth, more experience in our family line. They should take what I know and run with it. The only way this is going to happen is if we are taking time to invest. We have to transfer what we know into them. Really, I believe this is the best inheritance we can leave them. Not leaving something for them, but leaving something in them. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for leaving resources, but that's not all I'm going to leave. I'm going to make sure I teach them everything I know about life, about ministry, about marriage, business, economics. Anything I know, I'm going to pour it into them. My prayer and my declaration for all of our children is that they are going to start where we finish, and God's going to take them places we've never even dreamed of. Our children are going to be mighty in the land.